And a very good afternoon to everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's been having a wonderful weekend. I just want to double check that you can hear me. My name is Steven Siegel. You can see at the bottom of the screen. We are going to have some fun this afternoon. I was fortunate enough to go through to the Ford Experience or the Adventure Club. Ford Adventure Club was absolutely great. You're going to see some behind the scenes of that and as well as the experience I had. So before we get going, I just want to double check you can hear me and everything's good. Madeleine, great to have you with. There we go. First up. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great afternoon. This great Sunday. Let's just have a quick squiz. Perfect. So everything's working great. So those of you that have just joined in, had never watched the show before, this is courtesy of the Lazarus Motor Company. Now, what we decided, and there was a long chat with regards to it, and Madeleine, obviously, thank you so much for allowing me to, do this show. So we're talking, and we wanted to get the people, everyone out there, the audiences, to know who the Lazarus Motor Company is and what drives the company, the people behind it, the sales people behind it, what makes them tick? Is it just a dealership or is it really something else? And so what we've been seeing over the past 4 weeks that we've been introducing and talking to the wonderful guys from Ford is that it's all about, getting the person what they want. Not necessarily just buying a car, but giving them an experience, giving them transport, making their lives better for what they're going to be buying. So that is the whole idea with regards to the show, is getting to understand, especially the season one. Let's get it there, straight there. Is season one is all about getting to know the people behind the brand. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having some fun moving into season two. So this is just getting to know the brand itself. So we've been with Lazarus Ford, an absolutely phenomenal dealership. Their achievements are phenomenal. Their customer service ratings are great, and I can see it. The minute I walk into Lazarus Ford, people wave, they say hi there. It's a friendly atmosphere. It's a welcoming atmosphere, and that's really what you want. Then we move, obviously, going into one of the things that I absolutely love there is the Mustang Corner, where you get some beautiful lunch and a coffee. I've had many a cappuccino there and absolutely love it. So part of this is what I would like to do is you need to comment, share. If you're liking what you're seeing, put a post there. If you have any questions, ask me, absolutely, and we'll get into it. So that's what the show's about, those of you that haven't been on the show before. But we'd also obviously love your feedback to see what else we could add to make the show better and more exciting. Obviously, it's a little bit tricky right now with regards to COVID, and that's why we restricted to doing only certain things. But we did have some fun. I did have some fun this weekend, as you're going to see shortly. So let's get into it. Those of you that are out there, thank you so much for joining in. This is the Lazarus Motor Show, and my name is Steven Siegel. So let's jump in and let's show you what I got up to yesterday.
Hey everyone, so we are on the 4x4 course. I'm here with Divan, our cameraman, editor, was of note. So we are busy doing the 4x4 track here with Ford. We're using a Ranger, and let me tell you, it's super fun. Divan's giving the guys a thumbs up because we are having so much fun. What's nice about this 4x4 track is that friends, family, and anyone else that wants to join and get involved can. So we've got families here, we've got so many people. Let's see what we do.
So that's just the beginning. That's one of 4 videos that I'm going to be showing you today. So we arrived, and what's beautiful about it, it's out in Hartbeespoort, and this is the Ford Adventure Club. So Ford, when you buy any 4x4 vehicle, including the Everest, you get a free Adventure Club pass, if I can put it that way. And what you'll see, and I don't want to give you too much into it because we did have a chat to, obviously, the head trainer there, and that's the head of it. So we'll jump onto that just now. But with regards to it, you get that experience. So driving there, and I'm going to give you a sum up of what I thought of obviously the experience and what it was about. So keep watching. This is what happened in the training side of things. So that was just the introduction. So you arrive at the experience. Obviously, you come through this beautiful forest into this clearing with the Ford banners up. Ford did a great job of branding the area, so you know exactly where to go. Everyone welcomed you. You sat in your cars because obviously with regards to COVID safety, I mean, that's what it's all about. Everyone had to sit in their cars first. They had to put on their masks. Then what happened is they did a registration with regards to a temperature test. So, I mean, you know, what's so nice is coming out of this COVID into something like this. I mean, I don't get out much. I don't even have any takeaways, even though it doesn't look like it. But, you know, we've been really cautious with regards to my family, and especially with my daughter having asthma and those kind of things. So we've really watched what we did. And so obviously whenever it sounds like I have to go and do something in a group, I'm very, very cautious. And what was really great with regards to this is arriving, you could see all the precautions were taken from when we arrived to once so no one was allowed to get out the vehicle before they were tested, obviously, and they had some questions asked, which was really great that I knew that I was getting out and all the due diligence was done. And then obviously what's nice is that you bring your own vehicle there. So I did ask Philly Oosthuizen about this and why we're bringing our own vehicles, and you'll see exactly why. But what's from my side, what I really liked is that it was actually the vehicle that I owned, or not really I owned, I was loaning for the experience to be able to see what the car's capable of, and I become one with my vehicle. So moving on to that, we're chatting to Philly Oosthuizen. He's the lead instructor, 4x4 instructor there, many years of experience, and this is what he had to say.
Okay, I'm Philly Oosthuizen, and I am a lead 4x4 instructor at the Ford Adventure Club. That's a difficult question. I've been involved in motor vehicles, whether it's heavy vehicles, light vehicles, this kind of thing, for the past 40 years. So you learn a lot of tricks and people and do's and don'ts over that time in different countries, different places, different scenarios. Over many years, there's been many, let's say, training academies associated with Ford, but the Ford Adventure Club came about in the second half of 2018, and basically it is to totally satisfy the need of new 4x4 owners in training, trips, adventures, everything you need to become adventurous. Yes, how it works is that Ford South Africa, whenever a new 4x4 is sold to a customer, the detail of the customer, the VIN number of the vehicle, everything goes onto a list. That list is forwarded to the Ford Adventure Club. So we've got the detail of the customer and we follow up on that customer. Explain what is going to happen, give him dates, booking him on a training course, and do the whole process. So the customer basically don't need to do anything except pitch up and enjoy. I think the big thing is about confidence in using your asset. You paid a lot of money for a brand new vehicle that has got such phenomenal capabilities, but if you don't have the confidence, the know-how and the skill to use it properly, people basically don't know what they have acquired in the end of the day. The aim of the experience is actually to teach customers who buy new 4x4s everything about the vehicle, things that sometimes they don't even pick up from the dealership, the salespeople, whatever. It's how everything in the vehicle works, the technology, the buttons, the whole vehicle in total, safety features, capabilities, limitations, and then add the skill to the driver to properly use this vehicle without damage and without risk to himself or his family. Normally, a day starts with the invites, that's behind the scenes and everything. Once the customer arrives, they are taken through a process of enrollment. Okay, there's indemnities, there's matching the vehicle to that owner, all that kind of things. Then the people are treated with some tea, coffee, something to eat early in the morning. Yeah. The program physically starts at 9 o'clock every morning, where a presentation is done, and that is to give you the background of the vehicles and to prepare everybody mentally for what is going to happen after the presentation. Then it is practical driving, and we term this the level 1. So it is basic how to operate the vehicles, taking them through some obstacles that are quite scary if you approach it wrong. But with good guidance, they can get there without putting a scratch or a dent on their vehicle and see how their confidence grows. So that is the practical part. It's about 3 hours in total. And then we end up with a lunch, debrief, and the customers are then at leisure to do as they please. Okay, level 1 is the intro. That is basically for a novice to build him up that he can start using his vehicle properly. The next phase is what we term level 2, is a person that already has got some skills to use his vehicle in more demanding, serious obstacles. That's where you almost start touching real hardcore 4x4. And a big part of that training is also about the science of recovery. Now, recovery people think is attach a strap and pull someone out who's gotten stuck, but most people are killed, maimed, seriously damaged because they go wrong, use the wrong equipment, don't have the skills, and want to rush in a situation. So it's to equip them with what is the correct tools, what is the correct skills, the correct way to do it, so that there's peace of mind and a way that people look at the environment and their vehicle and everything is done safely.
So that was the first part of obviously the introduction to Billy Oosthuizen. A phenomenal trainer, a phenomenal person as well, really friendly. And so I think I'm going to jump into, how I rate these things, and then we'll move on to the second step of the actual show, the experience. So firstly, obviously, when I hear about something and I get invited to something, it's how they invite you, how they engage with you. So again, like I mentioned to you, really engaging. I knew about it, that this is something that does happen when you do buy a 4x4 or an Everest. You get this free driving experience. Then obviously the communication came to me by email as well as a phone call. Burgergenis let me know exactly what it was, when it was. So again, well communicated. Then we got obviously the map, followed all the way through. I knew exactly where I was going, how I was going. And I mean, this is all small things that add to a great experience. So moving through into that, I ended up arriving at the facility. Like I said to you, there was a check. We did another registration just before going in. And this is obviously where those of you that would like to have your family and friends join you, you can absolutely do that. Obviously, that's on the paying side of things. But what's nice is this is an experience that I feel that it should be shared. It should be shared with someone that wants to have some fun. I mean, we had kids on the 4x4 experience with us as well. They're having fun. I mean, it's really safe. You'll see at every single checkpoint when you do join, because you have to have it. You have to try it. The instructors tell you. So we did the training. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So we did the training, and what was nice is when the training area looked really good. So registration, training. There was coffee, croissants. It was all put into separate packets, so that obviously watching hygiene and watching obviously what's happening now with regards to COVID. Then the chairs were all set apart, and the training began. And what I really liked is how Vili engaged with us, engaged with the audiences. The way he talks about technical things, it really, I don't want to say dumbs it down, but it does make it on a level where I felt, no matter my experience, I didn't feel stupid. I felt like having fun, and it was a fun engagement. And I learned a heck of a lot. Now, I've been fortunate over the years to be able to go and try various different car brands, be on different experiences. And one of the things that I find when it comes to trainers and people that stand in front is they want to try and be clever, and they want to try and show that they, are superior. Where what I loved about Vili is that his presence and the way he talked, kind of, you knew he meant business, but he had that joking side, and he addressed some questions that I would potentially feel too stupid to ask. He kind of said them in a joking way to be able to learn more about it. So that was great for me. So those of you that, are scared to go on these kind of things because maybe it's too technical, not technical, definitely look at this. It's definitely an option that, get to learn your vehicle, see what it can do, because no matter if you're not taking it off-road, what was interesting for me is actually seeing what these vehicles could do off-road. that obviously on road we've got potholes, and he made some jokes about potholes. I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but that there equips you for what happens on road, and especially if you know that you're going to be going off road, maybe in an incident. And he does cover some of the on road things as well with regards to tires. I mean, I learned more about tires. I didn't know tires were that important. I knew they were important, but the different types of tires. But that was the thing. The smallest things really are quite important. So then moving on with regards to that, the training, what he said, to when we went into the practical, because of the way he engaged and talked to us, it really made it stick that when we got to the first scene, or the first course, he gets out again, we get out our vehicles again, and he re-explains and he tells us what's going to go, and he shows us what goes wrong and then how it goes right. And then we do it the wrong way, and then we do it the right way. So I don't want to go into everything with regards to it, but just a great way to train and to engage. So if those of you out there nervous about doing it, go and do it. If you've got that free, 4x4 experience with Ford Adventure Club, go and do it. If you want to do it, make sure you go and book. So I'm going to give some of the details as well, and then it's a paid for course. So go and check that out. So we're going to move on to the second section of the interview with Willie Oosthuizen, who is the 4x4 lead trainer there.
The big thing, it is a costly exercise, so if we have 20, 30 people on a training day, to have that amount of vehicles available, it's a very costly exercise. The other thing is people take more care of their own vehicles than when they drive someone else's vehicle with regards to damage and things like that. But it is different models. You need to know how your model operates, what it offers you, and to get the best out of that specific vehicle. Okay, the initiative is that Ford wants to offer a free training course to the owner of a vehicle. Anybody who buys a new four-wheel drive Ford. Now it's open, you can bring your family, you can bring some friends, but there is just a cost to it because there's food and logistics and things like that. So yes, although it is only dedicated to Ford owners, other people who come with as their guests are exposed to the Ford tradition, Ford way, and how phenomenal these vehicles really are. Yeah, that's the third leg, I can say, and that is adventure trips. Is where we put together adventure trips where people don't have the confidence to go alone or one or two, where we organize such trips where we go to the most scenic places. We do it in South Africa, in our country. There's so many places that offer stunning, stunning, stunning surroundings. So it could either be a weekend, a 2-day, a 3-day, or cross-border excursions into our neighboring countries, Namibia, Botswana, Mozambique, Swaziland, Lesotho. All these countries offer very, very unique places. So from a 2-3-day, could be up to a 7-day trip, depending where you go. And then everything is organized. The customer just come and tag along, and we give them experience of note. Yes, you can. The only thing is then you have to pay full price for the training. But if you own a Ford, four-wheel drive, yes, you're still welcome to come and join. Well, I think first of all, it's a beauty now. When we do this kind of training, we've got a certain, let's say, man-made track. But when we do the rest, there's river crossings, there's narrow areas, there's ledges. Then it is really where you need to know what you're doing. So every piece that you actually do is awesome because you see part of nature that very few people see. Well, the big thing is there's not one client that are the same. Some of them are very nervous, some of them think they know everything, and some of them are experienced. So you need to treat every customer within his world, within his capabilities, but in the end of the day is to be trustworthy, to speak the truth, and then you actually build a friendship rather than just having a customer that comes in and out. Okay, there's a lot of tips that I can give you now. You know, there's a lot of carnage on our roads. And basically is that all the drivers that we currently have is not really taught to drive a vehicle properly. There's a lot of impatience, there's a lot of aggression. Everybody has got an attitude of he's the only and sole owner of a road, and those things need to change. So it's about safe driving, and you can only do that if you understand your vehicle, if you know your vehicle, and you're willing to change your mental attitude towards driving safely on the road. So it's on-road, off-road, you need different skills, because there the driver must get the vehicle to work and not force it to do things that it's not the correct way of operating it.
Absolutely, and what he's saying is so true. On these courses, what I've also learned is that you think you know what your vehicle can do. You think you know what the braking distance is. You know which way you should go. Oh, I'm going off-road. And what was interesting is Willie said, how many of you, when you're coming up here, put your car into four-wheel drive or four-wheel high or four-wheel low? And kind of none of us did, but we were on an off-road track. So it was interesting that you don't always think about that what happens if I go there. But what's nice, obviously, with the Ford cars, and especially the vehicles that were there, is the switch that you can go straight into four-wheel drive, and it's super simple. It's pretty much as you drive, you can, depending on how and what we're talking about. Obviously, I must watch my technical side of things over there. So learning from him, you can see a really nice guy. He speaks nicely, and he took us through so many amazing things, talking about how to tow cars. I mean, that there is critical. Some of us just think, you put a tow rope on or some sort of rope and you tow. And some of you that are enthusiasts out there are going, oh, definitely not. And I mean, we learned something with regards to the tow bar, that it's not actually designed for pulling cars that are stuck out because of the, depending on the weight of the vehicle that you're pulling out. Now, I got an overload with regards to that, and I'm so excited to be able to learn that, because I do have a family, and I obviously do tow trailers from time to time, and there's going to be that time that I get stuck, and I kind of will know kind of what to do. And if not, I've also got someone on my speed dial with regards to it. So that was great with regards to experiencing it. So obviously we went on to level 1, and he talked about the art drives and that kind of thing. So you'd need to contact them, or contact obviously Lazarus Ford. They can put you in touch, and then you'll find out more about the experiences. But so we were there, and one of the things that ends up happening, those of you that have got Raptors, you definitely want to go on this this ride. Let me show you a little something that happened when no one was looking. So we made a little advert there anyway, because let me tell you, so we had one of the trainers, I mean, he's one of the top trainers with regards to the Ranger Raptors, and he said, can we show you what we do, with one of the next levels? And I was like, always game. I mean, I love it. It's just, I had to say yes. I'm a little bit of a FOMO. So I ended up, he ended up taking me, I think it was Gerald, and he took us up the road. He said, okay, so this is for the guys that have got Ranger Raptors. We obviously do a training. We introduce them to the car, tell them what it's about. We take them around, and he took us around on this track. Let me tell you, now I've been on road with various different brands on Kailami track and various different race tracks. But you go off-road on a track like this one that's on that obviously plot, with Ford Adventure, the Ford Adventure Club, and let me tell you, I tend to try and not hold on, but I was holding on. But you know what was so interesting is, again, he was almost like the stick, and the stick's got this name, but so calm. At not once did I feel at threat or worried, and he literally said, okay, great, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through it. These are what the track's going to be doing, but I've been through this many a times. He's got many years with regards to doing what he does, as well as racing. and we head on out on this Raptor. And can I tell you, I have never seen a vehicle handle a dirt road at that speed like I did with regards to that. So now I was filming that, okay, and me, I like to live on the edge a little bit, and that car coming, it handles. If you see how it flies towards you, but never once do you feel, I don't know if you've felt this, but when a car's driving and it starts lifting a little bit, and you can feel it's getting a little bit lighter on its treads, and that car just, the more you push it, the more it just hugs the road. And the tail was coming out on like extreme corners. We jumped that car. My adrenaline, I was sitting there, but it was really fun. And a Raptor, can I tell you, that Raptor is absolutely phenomenal for what it is and what it does. Those Fox shocks, that's 157 kilowatts, and the torque, I mean, it's 500 newton meters of torque, but I know that goes out the window. But when you're on a dirt road and you guys are traveling dirt roads, you want something fun on a dirt road, my personal choice, that Raptor is the one. All right, so carrying on with regards to it. So the training was really, really great. They've got various different levels. As you see, they've got outrides. I'm definitely going to be joining some more of the outrides. Obviously, a lot of their stuff has been postponed or moved to potentially, I think it's September, October. And again, you're using your own vehicle. What's nice, you get to learn what your vehicle's about. You'll see the other thing is that what makes me nervous when I heard that it was own vehicles is that, what happens if I break my car or damage my car? They're watching you the whole time. Every step is guided to a certain degree. I mean, it's not like they sit next to you and baby you through the course. They'll sit there, they'll tell you, and you go. And let me tell you, not one of the cars could I see got anything close to a scratch on it with regards to the course and how it's laid out. Then we move on, obviously, retention of what you learned. Definitely there's good retention because of the way they teach you theory and then they go back into practical. And then obviously, that was pretty much, I mean, the whole event. But unbelievable fun. Absolutely. I'm sure you can see by my expression and how I am that it was an amazing time. I do give it a high rating with regards to it. I'll start rating and giving you things out of 10, but all in all, well done, Ford, for obviously coming up with this initiative. Well done, Ford Adventure Club. You guys are phenomenal. The food was absolutely insane. I ate after everyone, and then I kind of want more, and then I took putt course as well. That's how good it is there. So it was really, really good. So again, well done. Thank you so much, obviously, Lazarus Ford, for allowing me to go on that experience. I think that changed it up a lot for me with regards to understanding the brand and seeing what the Buckies and 4x4s are capable of, including the Everest. I mean, that Everest is, I think it's 2.5 tons of car. That's without being fully laden, and that car, it was just handling, every turn beautifully. So just to that's a wrap up of obviously Ford for season 1. We've been with Ford for 4 weeks. The crew at Ford are absolutely phenomenal. I do thank you guys for being so amazing. Ben Berger's been helping me through all of this. Obviously, Donna, that was in our first episode where we talked about the Tornado. The Tornado, again, ladies and gents, if you're not sure what to buy, just stop in at Ford Lazarus or Lazarus Ford. Go and see what they're about. You don't have to buy. Just go and have a look. You know what's interesting is I'm so confident that you'll walk in there and the guys will show you and the ladies will show you what they have to offer, but you won't feel pressured into buying something. And that's what I don't like. But they have that kind of attitude that you're coming in here, experience Ford, see what we have, and then, if we can help you with something, that's great. And then they do help you with that. So the Tornado was a beautiful vehicle. Obviously, go and have a look at our second episode when we talked about the Tornado. Those of you that are looking for a bigger vehicle that has got some extra space, maybe something for your company, something for a big family, or you like to go out and about and you need to pack a lot, definitely look at that Tornado. Then we moved on to the Raptor, where we were chatting with Theo. The Raptor, like I said, is just... It's fun. It's rugged. It's got family seats. It's beautiful looking. So it's one of the things that I love. Then we went on to the Everest, again, luxury SUV, beautiful seats that folded down. It's a bi-turbo engine, so it's got that pace, and luxury, absolute luxury. Some of the guys were comparing some of the high-end cars with it, and for its price and what you're getting, it's really worthwhile, and it's phenomenal. I really enjoyed that. And I did say, if there was a car that I thought wasn't right, I would kind of say, okay, well, this kind of let me down, and I didn't feel that with the brand. I didn't feel there was anything lacking, which was really great. Then obviously, lastly, we went on to the Ford Experience. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to race the Mustangs, so that will be in season 2 when we are going to race the Mustangs. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the venue open, obviously with COVID as it is, so we have got some racing that's going to be coming up. We've got some different things, so season 2 we're going to change things up quite a bit, so make sure you stay in and have a look for season 2. But then other than that, I just wanted to again quickly say thank you again to Ben, Berger, Donna, Theo, and Simon for coming on to the show. Simon was obviously last with the Everest and is our artist that sings so beautifully. But the rest of the team that's there, thank you for always making me feel welcome there. And thank you, Mustang Corner, for the amazing cappuccinos that I always have there. So that's my experience from Ford. Ford Lazarus, or Lazarus Ford, is an absolutely great dealership. I know why they're one of the top rated dealerships in the country. It's not just about sending a car for them. It's about an experience and getting you what you want and what's right for you. Maybe you don't always know what's right for you, but they find it for you in the most nice, easy, great way. So that's it from Ford side of things. Next week we move on to Mazda. I can't wait. Diane and her team, we had a meeting with them this week, and again, another energetic team, a great team that I'm really excited to be obviously engaging with, seeing how they engage with obviously customers, with their brand, and again, another passionate dealership. So that's going to be Lazarus Mazda next week that we're going to start off with and get to learn them. Yeah, that's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you're enjoying the show. Please let us know what you think and how you enjoying the show, and thank you so much for commenting over there. Those of you that please comment, share this. We want to grow this. We want to bring you some fun and excitement on a Sunday afternoon. And thank you so much to Lazarus Motor Company for obviously putting this initiative together and allowing me to present it. I have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Until next week when we chat Lazarus Mazda, all the best. Have a great week ahead. Stay positive. We got some cool things coming to you next week. From me, Steven Siegel, have a great weekend. All the best.